Welcome to the 61st Annual Awards presentation. This year has been a challenge for everyone. Our entire way of teaching magically changed on March 17th of this year. Our nation entered a never-before-seen period where we learned some new words. Social distancing and distance learning have become the norm. I want to commend our students and our faculty and our staff and the parents for finishing the school year with dignity in class. Our situation was not ideal, but we changed and adapted and finished strong. With this awards presentation, we're continuing to adapt. Our goal is to put a personal touch on this presentation and treat it just like you were here. It is always important to recognize students, and this year as important as ever. Gibault Catholic continues to present the brightest, most talented, caring, and compassionate students to our communities. Thank you for joining us for this presentation. Be sure to reach out and congratulate all those recognized. They deserve to be remembered for their contribution this past year. And now at this time, I'm going to pass the podium to Mr. Scott Ruppel for our invocation.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Gracious God, we ask your blessing upon these young women and men who we honor today for their achievements. We celebrate their capacity for creativity, for critical thinking, for focused effort. We are grateful that they and their families entrusted Gibault's faculty and staff to engage them intellectually, morally, and spiritually. Thank you for their confidence to discover and explore new possibilities and for their knowledge to discern what is right and good and just. Enable them to draw upon the wisdom and experience of yesterday as they respond to the questions and concerns of tomorrow. Support our honored students as they continue to make a difference in the world and lead a life for the greater glory of God. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
At this time, we will be recognizing the first honors. In order to receive first honors, you must have a 3.5 GPA or greater over the first 3 quarters and no D's and F's on your report card. At this time now, we're going to recognize those who are receiving second honors. In order to receive second honors, you need a 3 to 3.49 GPA over the first 3 quarters and no D or F on your report card. Next, I am happy to present the 2019-20 Principal's Academic Excellence Award. In order to receive this, you have to have a 4.0 cumulative GPA over your 4 years of high school. The recipients are Kyle Barber, Jeremy Beckner, Spencer Bisk, Joshua Eichholtz, Cassie Elner, Alejandro Gomez, Hannah Gunlack, Johanna Hooten, Kayla Hewells, Hannah Jansen, Julia Mannix, Jacob Mueller, Kelly Pappenberg, Madeline Thompson, and Nick Vonderheide. There are a lot of days when many of us don't feel like coming to work or school. We're going to honor those who fought through all of those days and made sure that they were at school every day. We know that performance of these people are typically very high when they are at school all the time. Our freshmen who achieved perfect attendance for this year: Oscar Earhart, Abby Groman, Cameron Hanvey, Emma Schmidt, and Jack Whiteman. We had one sophomore, Micaiah Byerly. Our juniors, Melissa Bernal, Mary Ellen Koeniger, Josh Matthews, and Alex Sweeney. And our two seniors, Josh Pappenberg and Ashlyn Whiteman. To make it one school year is tremendous. To somehow be able to make all 4 years of your high school every day is very difficult. At this time, I'd like to announce that we have one senior who had perfect attendance for all 4 years. Congratulations to Ashlyn Whiteman.
Hi, my name is Barb Reinholz, and I am the moderator of the Students for Life Club here at Gibault. Although Gibault has been very active in the pro-life movement for many years, the Gibault Students for Life Club has only been in existence for 2. Our club is part of a larger organization that is found nationally in universities and high schools across the country. Its mission is to foster a culture of life in our schools and our communities. The Students for Life logo is a candle lighting another candle. Light is a symbol of life, and we are here to be light to the world. As Catholics, we believe that God is the author of all life. He created us to know Him, love Him, and serve Him in this world so we can be happy with Him in the next. You are all living proof that God wants this world to go on. Today we celebrate each and every one of you. May you continue to strive to become the person God has created you to be. We especially recognize this year's recipient of the Gibault Students for Life Award as being someone who will continue to shine for generations. I am proud to announce this year's award goes to Maddie Thompson. Congratulations, Maddie.
Students that participate in the liturgical music group for 3 or 4 years are very dedicated individuals. They are not paid, bribed with food, or given any special treatment. They actually do get 1/4 of 1 credit, but that's not why they are in liturgical music. They do it for the feeling they get from singing and praising God with their voices, being leaders, providing a service for their school, and enjoying one another's company. This year we honor just one student. She has been in the liturgical music group all 4 years. Thank you, Josie Hooten, for your hard work and dedication.
Hello Hawks, my name is Mike Kirkpatrick. At this time I would like to recognize the following students that have been a part of this year's book. Eston Bauer, Isabella Frazier, Alyssa Grither, Caleb Groman, Kylie Jackson, Caitlin Johnson, Hannah Johnson, Maddie Jones, Megan Keeley, Natalie Keeker, Mia Lisboa, Julia Mannix, Austin Menard, Faith Mitskell, Mitchell Nolan, Ashley Osterhage, Josh Pappenberg, Molly Penberthy, Lauren Figley, Natalie Polarin, Autumn Ramey, Ella Range, Jack Range, Ian Rios, Eric Schrader, Hayden Schultz, Will Simonton, Sarah Southworth, Allie Thompson, AJ Thompson, Maddie Thompson, Cameron Tenyus, Violet Wang, and Reese Ward. Thank you everyone for all your hard work. Each year, the Trailblazer Award is presented to the editors for outstanding work. Without these talented individuals, the yearbook would be very difficult to produce. They are creative, hardworking, dedicated, and enthusiastic. Both of them are not afraid to question me if something doesn't sound right. Their efforts are great, suggestions amazing, and results spectacular. I am extremely proud of them and the yearbook that they have helped created. These 2 amazing young ladies are Hannah Johnson and Isabella Frazier. Isabella, thank you for all your hard work and willingness to get the job done. I look forward to working with you next year and see what we can produce. Hannah, unfortunately, you are moving on to bigger and better things. Thank you for all your effort the past 3 years. You will be very much missed. At this time, I would also like to announce the new editor that will be working with Isabella. Early on, this individual displayed an understanding of creating the yearbook and dedication to completing pages. This very creative individual is Ella Range. Congratulations, Ella.
My name is Rebecca Hankey, and I am the coach for Gibault's Model UN team. Each year for Model UN, I like to recognize a novice member rather than an advanced one, looking forward to the future and the potential. This was a weird season for Gibault with everything that's happened, but we still had a wonderful time together, an amazing crop of new freshmen. And the person that I'm choosing to honor is someone that did a spectacular job at writing their resolutions, that stood up and showed great courage and bravery in the first tournament. Most of the advanced students will tell you, don't worry about talking your first year, your first tournament. Just sit back and watch and learn because it's really overwhelming and confusing to figure out what's happening. But this student stood up and in her first tournament was giving speeches and having conversations and asking questions. And I was so proud of everything that she accomplished and what she did. So for her bravery, her wit, her writing ability, and the potential that she has in future years at Gibault, I'm excited to give this year's Model UN Delegate Award to Sydney Wally.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Asbury and I'm the sponsor for Saturday Scholars. Saturday Scholars are scholars from Madison, St. Clair, and Monroe counties who get together for 4 Saturdays in February to meet experts in their fields of study, discuss a variety of topics, and take a field trip. Saturday Scholars have been around for 30 years, and this year over 900 students have participated. This is a really big deal. How many of you would get up early on a Saturday morning to listen to a lecture? But these students did, and that's why they are being honored today. How do you get to be in Saturday Scholars? You must be in the top 10% of your class and be willing to come to these lectures and the field trip during the 4 Saturdays in February. This year we had the opportunity to learn about medicinal plants by Dr. Tony Kuchin of the Danforth Plant Science Center in St. Louis. Dr. Kuchin discussed how and why plants have been used for various ailments. For example, the plant foxglove contains a chemical that helps with congestive heart failure, and fennel can help ease stomach cramps. But then she explained how the Danforth Center is taking these compounds and trying to synthesize them in lab so that we can keep the biodiversity but still reap the benefits of these plants. We also met Glenn McCoy, an animation director and a story artist from Belleville. He worked on the Lorax, Ice Age 3, and was the cartoonist for Duplex and the Flying McCoys. His most memorable work was drawing the Minions on Despicable Me. He even showed us his storyboards and the hard work that animators have to put in for the final product. We learned about geospatial intelligence from Craig Ackerman, who was a graduate from Belleville West and whose job is in defense mapping. He and Matt Trainey, a former Marine, showed us how they used LIDAR, which is light detection and ranging, to map out and survey all kinds of locations. They even showed us how they mapped out Busch Stadium for security purposes. We also took a field trip to the brand new St. Louis Aquarium. We got to pet some stingrays and watch some jellyfish turn color. That was a good day. The following are the students that did take the time to come and learn about some of the things around us. Those students that were able to make it 3 of the 4 events will receive a certificate, and those students that made all 4 events will receive a certificate and a pin.
Hi, I'm Barry Parks, and I'm coach of the Academic Challenge team. This year's Academic Challenge team consisted of 15 members who took 2 tests covering 7 different topics. This year's group had an outstanding season. We placed first in the sectional, first in the regional, and competed in the state tournament. Because we had such a great season, there were a number of individuals who were outstanding this year. However, one person stood above the rest. This person took 4 tests, 2 in math, 2 in chemistry, and had the highest score on each one of these tests. This year's most valuable player for the Academic Challenge team is Spencer Bisk. Congratulations, Spencer.
Next, I'm going to go to the math team MVP. And the math team MVP this year, the math team did a few more things this year, added to their schedule. And there were a couple guys that were the team leaders, seemed pretty consistently throughout, and the math team MVP this year goes to Josh Eichholz.
Hi, my name is Katie Zidler, and I'm the FFA advisor and the agriculture teacher. I'm here today to present the Blue and Gold Award for the FFA chapter. Our Blue and Gold Award is a new award this year, and it goes to a student who has helped out a lot in the agriculture program, and our recipient is Johanna Hooten. Congratulations, Josie.
At this time, we're going to recognize our leadership at the school, our student council for our 4 grades. I want to start by recognizing our executive council, our executive board. President was Jeremy Beckner, Vice President Spencer Bisk, and the representatives Johanna Hooten and Eric Schrader. We want to thank all the members who participated in student council this year. Our junior representatives on student council were President Landon Balmer and the representatives Grace Bush, Maddie Davis, and Andy Groman. Our sophomore student council members, President Ella Range, and representatives Grant Higgerson, Faith Miskell, and Brendan Wills. Our freshman representatives, President Maria Bisk, and representatives Riley Imhoff, Drew Small, and Sydney Wally. We want to thank all of these students for participating and being a part of our student government at Gibault High School. The group behind many of our special dress days at sporting events and other activities around school is known as SAB, or our Student Activities Board. We want to recognize the leaders of our Student Activities Board this year. Kelly Pappenberg, Madeline Thompson, and Mary Ellen Koeninger did a great job leading our school in spirit and other ways this year. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Mackin. I am the senior class coordinator. I do all things graduation. And while we may be presenting in unusual circumstances, this is still my favorite time and favorite part of the awards program because I get to announce the 2020 Community Scholarships. Our first scholarship recipient for the American Legion Post 747 is Kelly Pappenberg. Lauren Fagley is our 2020 recipient of the Lions Club Scholarship. In regards to the State Bank of Waterloo, the first place winner is Jacob Mueller. Second place winner is Spencer Bisk. Our 2020 Illinois Sheriff's Association Scholarship Award winner is Ashlyn Whiteman. Our Lady Auxiliary of Columbia Turner's Gymnastic Association recipient is Ashlyn Whiteman. Our 2020 Waterloo Oddfellow recipient is Johanna Hooten. She is also the winner of the Waterloo Optimist Scholarship. And the one scholarship that everyone looks forward to hearing the recipient, the Zimmer Family Scholarship, is again Johanna Hooten. Thank you.
Picasso once said, "A painting is another way to keep a diary." The first recipient's work certainly portrays that idea as I look at her body of work, whether it be her self-portrait at Camp Andesonk or her respect for all life. She certainly creates a personal view of her life. Each painting is created with the utmost care and precision. It is with great pleasure that I award Cassie Elner with the Senior Art Award. Congrats, Cassie. The next recipient is an artist who experiments with all mediums, whether it be calligraphy, embroidery, paint, or pencil. She excels in all areas. She thrives on creativity. I'm always surprised by her next project, as each and every one is uniquely hers. It is without hesitation that I award Hannah Gunlock this Senior Art Award. Congrats, Hannah. Van Gogh said, "How can I be useful? Of what service can I be? There is something inside me. What can it be?" The Senior Art Service Award is not given each year. A student must give willingly and go above and beyond to help the Gibault Art Department. This recipient is not only an amazing artist in her own right, but certainly has always offered to help display each and every art contest at the school the past 4 years. I'm so very pleased to award the Senior Art Service Award to Ashlyn Whiteman. Congrats, Ashlyn. The Nikki Rotz Art Scholarship. We have an angel that walks among us. Her name is Nikki. She is asking not so much that we remember her, but to remember the essence of her. Her loving kindness, her infectious laughter, her warm smile, her out-of-this-world craziness, her eagerness to see the good in others, her willingness to lend a helping hand and listen with an open mind, her spirit of generosity to others and the world. Nikki loved art. She had a great talent for it and was just beginning to develop her own style as an artist. To honor that essence of Nikki that loved art, Nikki's family and friends have established the Nikki Rotz Art Scholarship Fund. Each year, one sophomore who is currently taking art and maintaining a 3.0 GPA will be awarded an art scholarship to Gibault High School. This student will be selected to his or her academic achievement and talent in art. Nikki, a sophomore at Gibault High School, was tragically killed on her way home from school in a car accident on March 7, 2003. This year's Nikki Rotz Art Scholarship is awarded to Jacob Whitworth.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth Babcock. I am the theater director here at Gibault. I teach improv, and today I'm here to present first the Excellence in Acting Award, Outstanding Actor. This year's actor started out on the crew, and after that I asked him, would you audition? And he said, okay, which pretty much describes his very easygoing nature. But his character work is anything but easygoing. He works hard to get it right. From a comic English Sherlock Holmes to a sleazy singing wolf to a disgraced priest, his performances are always all in. He's one of those people who accidentally found theater, but I hope now that it's in his blood and in his heart because he's very good at it. Congratulations, outstanding actor Alex Gomez. Please take theater with you wherever you go. This year's Outstanding Actress has a really nice range of characters played. An evil eel, a nun, a murderer, a tart, and Jesus, to name a few. It was all supposed to culminate in the lead this year in Mamma Mia. Only 1/3 rehearsed and she was already incredible. She is on top of her game. She's smart. She's opinionated in the best way. She can be trusted to get it right, and she almost always does. I will miss her sense of humor and her straightforward, take no prisoners way of attacking theater and life. Congrats, Hannah Jansen, this year's Outstanding Actress. I will miss you. Almost every year, an Excellence in Technical Theater award is given, a golden something, microphone, hammer, tap shoe, depending on that person's discipline. Theater at Gibault relies heavily on students to pull off technically what might otherwise be put in the hands of an adult. Great opportunities for ambitious thespians or unlucky ones I pursue because of their excellence. This year, the Technical Theater Award goes to a person who has been making lights and sound happen. When I have an issue, he's there. He is infinitely smarter than I am, and he knows that I don't know the answer, so he just goes and figures it out on his own. Extra job this year, he is working to replace himself so that I can continue to know less than the tech person. You are probably all aware of this person's intelligence. He will receive numerous awards and accolades, but my favorite thing is he needs it to be fun. So he brings the fun with his sunny disposition and his sense of humor and a heart for service. And I really hope we get to present Mamma Mia this summer because he has returned to the stage to sing and dance the tango. This year's Golden Technical Award goes to Spencer Bisk. Congratulations, Spencer. And P.S., I will never know what binary is.
The National School Choral Award is the highest honor for high school choral performers. It recognizes dedication and musical achievement. This year's recipient has been in chorus and liturgical music all 4 years. She was also a member of the Hawkapellas her senior year. She has truly been a wonderful member of our music program. She comes every day, on time, excited about singing and learning new songs, with a positive attitude and a smile on her face. She works hard, improved a lot over the last 4 years, and she leads by example. She has been a dedicated member of our music department, and I have really enjoyed having her in class. She has a bright future, and her character will take her far. I am so happy to present the National School Choral Award to Josie Hooten. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award honors the most outstanding jazz student. This year's recipient is the only senior that participated in band and jazz band all 4 years. Not only did he participate, he sat first chair in the trombone section all 4 years. Rarely did he miss a rehearsal, and he was only late a small handful of times. That is really saying something for a class that meets twice a week at 7:15 in the morning. He has been one of the most dedicated musicians that I have had the privilege to teach. He has developed into a really fine trombone player and has been a leader of the jazz band since day one. He is the type of person who excels at everything he does, and he does a lot. Speaking of excelling, you should see how fast he can solve a Rubik's Cube. He became my go-to guy when I needed something important done because I knew he would do a good job. He will accomplish great things in life, I'm sure. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award goes to Spencer Bisk. The John Philip Sousa Band Award honors outstanding dedication and superior musicianship in a high school band. It is given each year to the most outstanding student, and it is the highest honor for band students. In order to win the Sousa Award, you must be more than a talented musician. You must set a good example for others, be a leader, be dedicated, go above and beyond. Band must be really important to you and something that you make a high priority. This year's recipient was every band director's dream come true. He came in his freshman year super excited about band. He earned first chair of his section in his first semester of high school, and he held that position in band and jazz band all 4 years. Needless to say, he is a great player, but beyond that, he is a great person. He has been very dedicated to Gibault, especially to the music program, willing to help in any way he can. This year, he really emerged as the leader of the Gibault band, not just by the way he played, but with his personality and sense of humor. He helped make band fun every day. He seemed to always know when to crack a joke and keep things light. Not often have I given the top jazz award and the top overall band award to the same person. This year's recipient has earned both of these awards and is most deserving. I will remember him for many things, but the one that stands out the most is the day he started a conversation in band to solve one of life's greatest mysteries. Is a hot dog a sandwich? It is my pleasure to present this great award to Spencer Bisk.
Hello, I am Julie Lansing, one of the English teachers here at Gibault. Every year, Mrs. Tapin and I begin our junior composition class with a personal narrative essay, in which students are challenged to write about an event in their lives that was significant to them. Students are graded, of course, on sentence structure, grammar, punctuation, and spelling, but more importantly, they are graded on their use of vivid sensory details and their retelling of this event and how it relates to their lives today. We are going to honor 5 students for this award. First off, in 5th place, in honorable mention, Melissa Bernal for her essay, Warning Breakable. 4th place, and also an honorable mention, is Peyton Schultz for his personal narrative about his trip to see the ocean for the first time. 3rd place, Natalie Kiekert for her essay, My First Deer in a Shotgun Shell. 2nd place is Isabella Frazier for her essay, If Only I Knew Today Was the Last. In 1st place, Caitlin Johnson for her essay, Flying with the Redbirds.
Hi, I'm Haley Kavorik. I teach the SLU English classes here at Gibault in addition to public speaking. This year I have selected 2 recipients of the Excellence in English Award designated for senior English students who have shown outstanding skill in analyzing works of literature and film. The 2 students receiving the award this year were often at odds in the classroom. They truly almost never agreed on an analytical take of whatever novel, play, poem, or film we were discussing. They are both outspoken, keen thinkers who are able to deconstruct the symbols and nuances of a text in order to parse its deeper meaning. They are lovers of literature and lovers of stories. And with both of these students, some of our one-on-one conversations about a literary work or a cinematic choice helped me to rethink and reshape my own critical lens. I can't express how sorry I am to see these 2 students move on from my classroom, but I'm comforted by the knowledge that they will keep reading, keep watching, and keep evaluating the stories that make us human. It is with pleasure that I present Alex Gomez and Hannah Jansen with the Excellence in English Award. This year's Outstanding Writer Award goes to a junior English student whose writing skill was evident to me from the first week. As an English teacher, I enjoy sharing the skills and challenges and methods for mastering this language to all students, but there's always a particular joy in encountering a student whose love of English feels as vibrant as my own. From her delightfully descriptive and emotive remembered event essay about a school field trip to the fabulous Fox Theater that stoked her drive to perform on stage, to her advocacy project research paper on the problem of institutionalized racism in our justice system that allows private prisons to profit from the mass incarceration of African Americans. This student has astounded me with the playfulness, sharpness, poignancy, and fervor of her writing. I greatly look forward to witnessing the continued growth of her English skills next year. It is my pleasure to present Katie Growich with this year's Outstanding Writer Award.
Hello, my name is Melissa Knowles and I teach Spanish level Advanced 2, 3, and 4 at Gibault Catholic High School. I'm here to present the award for Excellence in Spanish. This award is given for dedication, interest, and outstanding results. And the winner this year is Grace Bush. Congratulations, Grace.
Hello, I am Andy Scare. I am the first year math department chair, and so I am here to honor all of our math department award winners. We are going to start with our Algebra 1 award. The Algebra 1 award is something that's a newer award. This is we started a new class about 6-7 years ago called Advanced Algebra 1 for some of our freshmen that have some Algebra 1 background but need a little more experience before moving on. The student that's getting this one this year is a student who pretty quiet in the classroom, but is always a student that you know is prepared for the answer. So if the classroom is floundering a little bit, you can always just call on her, because she's not going to necessarily raise her hand and volunteer a lot of answers, but she is ready with them if needed. She was top in the class percentage-wise throughout the year, and the Algebra 1 award is going to Isabella Purcell. Again, we'll move to our Algebra 2 award winner, and again, this student is another similar student. She's a little quieter in general, but did have a tendency a little bit more to raise her hand, and again was way up there on the academic achievement throughout the year, and she's a real bright young girl, real pleasant to be around. And the Algebra 2 award winner this year is Sydney Wally. So then we'll move to the Geometry Award this year. This one now, of course, is from Mr. Andrade. Geometry is a different animal compared to a lot of the other maths that we have at the high school level, and this student was able to perform at a high level throughout the year, and the Geometry Award winner this year is Faith Miskell. Then our College Algebra and Trigonometry Award winner this year, coming from Mr. Parks. Mr. Parks says that this student had a 95% or higher in every quarter, and she had the highest average in the class in 3 out of the 4 quarters this year. Another pleasant young lady, and the College Algebra Trig Award winner this year is Grace Bush. The Calculus 1 award winner this year was one who dominated in the classroom, as he did in other aspects academically throughout the building, between doing really strong with the math team, really strong with Scholar Bowl and the academic achievement teams. The Calc 1 award winner, he had the highest average in every quarter throughout calculus this year, and the Calc 1 award winner is Josh Eichholtz. And then the last award for the math department is our most prestigious award. It is given to the best overall math student. This student, you could see throughout the building in a number of ways, just like Josh. He led the Scholar Bowl team, went and found new competitions for them, went to math team, did some more things on top of what we've done typically for that. Let me read this through here. He completed 2 semesters of SLU calculus this year, and so what that is, he actually completed the Calc 2 curriculum more or less as an independent study. Mr. Parks was always there to help give guidance and give tests and things like that, but he basically completed Calc 2 on his own. He did complete 10 semesters in math throughout high school, and through all 10 semesters he had an A, and the Drex Frazier Award for the best overall math student this year, of course, goes to Spencer Bisk.
I would like to start with a quote from Charles Darwin, famous for his theory of natural selection, who wrote, "I have always maintained that men did not differ much in intellect, only in zeal and hard work." I am Mrs. Asbury, Science Department Chair, and I am here to present the Science Department Awards. There are several young people here tonight that have achieved a level of success in science at Gibault because of their zeal and hard work. I am sure all of these young people will accomplish amazing things in their chosen fields because of their focus and enthusiasm when faced with a difficult mission. There are 2 awards that the Gibault Science Department gives to seniors at the end of the year. The first is the Outstanding Science Award. To receive this award, a student must take 8 semesters of science classes and maintain a grade point average of 4.0 in science. From biology to advanced chemistry to honors physics, honors anatomy, or college biology, these 7 students have done just that, pushing themselves, studying long hours, and striving to be the best. It is my pleasure to present this year's Outstanding Science Awards to Kyle Barber, Spencer Bisk, Josh Eicholtz, Hannah Gunlock, Kayla Hewells, Hannah Jansen, and Kelly Pappenberg. There is 1 recipient for this year's Ann Limestall Excellence in Science Award, the second of our science awards. To achieve this award, a student must take 9 or more semesters of science courses and maintain a 4.0 grade point average in science. It is my pleasure to present this year's Ann Limestall Excellence in Science Award to Jacob Mueller. Jacob has spent quite a bit of time with both Mr. Martell and me and has survived. He has continued to prove Darwin correct in applying hard work and zeal to his studies, and by doing so has achieved great things. I am very proud of him and know he will accomplish amazing things. Congratulations, Jacob.
My name is Rebecca Henke, and I am the freshman social studies teacher here at Gibault. My freshman civics class is freshman only in name. This is a hodgepodge melting pot at Gibault. We have every single freshman that comes into the building, as well as students that have transferred, students that have had scheduling issues, all of our international students that come in. So even though it's called freshman civics, there is a great variety of students that all meet and congregate in my classroom to learn this. And when I give this year's Citizenship Award, I wanted to give it to someone that really exemplified what it meant to be a part of this wonderful, unique community of learners, someone that represented the idea of citizenship and involvement. And this particular student is someone that is very admirable. Not only are they intelligent and they do well in my class, but they're constantly kind and respectful. They're well-mannered, they're positive, and their very presence brings up the rest of the classroom and the entire learning environment. And so I'm very excited to give this year's Freshman Citizenship Award to Nino Sezin. Every year, the History Department gives a Social Studies Scholar Award to a deserving member of my Advanced Sophomore World History class. This is a really challenging award to give because this class is full of really high-achieving and well-performing students. So this year I wanted to focus on someone that really exemplified what it means to be a great student. And a great student is so much more than high-performing grades, though this student does earn fantastic grades in my class. But I've identified someone that this year has showed spectacular character and a really admirable work ethic. Last fall, our students encountered their first intensive, lengthy, complex research paper. And this was a great challenge for every single student in my class. Some students rose and conquered this challenge, and others floundered a little bit against this new and novel challenge. The student that I'm identifying was in the latter category. The paper just didn't really go well. And I was sick to my stomach the day that I passed the papers back because I knew in particular the student would be devastated at the score that they received. And the look on their face just about killed me. No one enjoys criticism, no one delights in identifying their errors, but the mark of a good student is not one that never encounters any difficulty or failures. The mark of a good student is what they do after they've encountered this, who they become, and what they accomplish. In the spring, every student received their research papers back to revise and improve upon. Now, some of the students fixed the typos and the minuscule font discrepancies that only someone as truly insane as myself could ever identify. But others actually seized this challenge. And this particular student rose to this challenge. They came to me right away and said, I would like a little extra time to do this because I have a lot of work to do to make this paper what it needs to be. And when I finally graded their revised paper, it was so unrecognizable to the one that they submitted in the fall that I had to flip back to the front page to make sure I was grading the right one. And the joy and the excitement and the pride that I felt in grading that second paper is what makes it so wonderful to be a teacher. To witness firsthand when a student displays not that they're just good, but that they're great. Their wonderful character in the face of a challenge, in the face of a failure, to become something greater than they were, a greater student, a greater writer, a greater historian. And to be quite frank, I might be more excited about their paper than they were. That final grade had me literally bouncing up and down. I was just so excited for them. And that is why it is my pleasure to give this year's recipient the award for Social Studies Scholar, for who they are as a student, for their character, for what they've accomplished, and for what I know they will accomplish. So congratulations, Grant Higgerson.
Hello, my name is Kara Hoke, and I teach our junior and senior advanced and SLU level courses. I'm excited to honor two young historians today, one junior and one senior, for their efforts and their dedication in the field of history. My junior U.S. history class includes opportunities for discussion, debate, and activities, but most importantly, to write a 10 to 12 page research paper. In addition to focusing on English and writing techniques, students must also form historic and debatable arguments, use quality sources, and also learn how to cite information using footnotes. It's a tedious process, but it can be a very rewarding one as well. The recipient of this year's Historical Writing Award achieved high levels of success throughout all areas of the research paper. She further understood the rewarding nature of this work when in her final exam this year, she mentioned that her research paper, which examined how mid-1800s westward expansion sculpted U.S. identity, gave her the opportunity to really explore something she was curious about. Further, she recognized how much she learned, that a simple idea, perseverance, can really shape national identity. This was an insightful and well-done paper, as were so many in my course. Congratulations to Grace Bush, this year's recipient of the Historical Writing Award. In my senior level dual college credit history course, students study ancient, medieval, and early modern world history. At the same time, the course really focuses on discussions, the ability to make connections, and overall has the goal of helping students take information and apply it to their world today. Given this information, it comes as no surprise that this year's recipient of the Excellence in World History Award is Alex Gomez. Alex comes to class ready to discuss and debate daily. He's passionate in his arguments, as I think all of his classmates would agree. He enjoys exploring a variety of history, from his junior level research paper on the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire and its implications on progressive era legislation, to his efforts at his independent study on Japanese samurai this year. I'm told by many that Alex's passion for history bleeds into other classes, including discussions on Marxism in his upper-level math course. I'm saddened I never attended Mr. Parks' math class to see how it is that Alex seamlessly blends Marxism into the conversation, but I'm excited to award him in his efforts for doing so. Congratulations again to Alex Gomez for the Excellence in World History Award.
We're going to start with the American Legion School Award. Youth are often awarded for their scholastic achievements, but the American Legion believes that they should also be praised and demonstrate strong qualities of character and good citizenship. That's why since 1926, the Legion has recognized such students with its School Award Medal program. Each year, Waterloo Post 747 awards one boy and one girl from each school in Monroe County with a certificate of distinguished achievement and a medallion. A runner-up award is also presented to one boy and one girl from each school with a certificate of honorable mention and a ribbon. Those who receive an award exemplify 6 qualities that define character: courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service. The 2020 runners-up for the Gibault High School Award are Tim Reinholds. Tim is a member of National Honor Society. He demonstrates his service and leadership qualities as an active member of Students for Life and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He has also volunteered to work at important school events such as Oktoberfest, Taste of the Region, and the NHS Blood Drive. The other runner-up is Madeline Thompson. During freshman orientation at Gibault, students are encouraged to get involved in high school life by joining as many activities as possible. Maddie took that advice to heart. She was an active member of Critique Club, International Club, and Scope. More importantly, Maddie served in leadership positions in Student Activities Board, Hope for Tomorrow, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Students for Life. Maddie is also an honor student elected to the National Honor Society. The 2020 winners of Distinguished Achievement are as follows. Eric Schrader. Eric, a hardworking student athlete, regularly achieves first honors each quarter and is an IHSA scholar. He answered Gibault's call to leadership by serving on student council for 4 years. Eric's friendly and outgoing personality also made him an ideal student ambassador, welcoming visitors and prospective students to Gibault. He showed the importance of faith in his life as an active member in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, as well as through his extensive involvement and volunteer work for his home parish and community in Hecker. The Female Distinguished Achievement Award is Johanna Hooten. From the minute that Josie Hooten walked through the front door of Gibault for the first time, she has been busy making a difference for her school and classmates. She has shared her time and talents as an active member of Critique Club, Ambassadors Club, Liturgical Choir, SOS, and National Honor Society. She served as a class representative in student council for all 4 years. Because of her passion for all things agriculture, Josie has been instrumental in the growth and expansion of Gibault's agriculture and FFA program. She has also served her community by helping with bingo at Garden Place every month and working at Camp Andesonk. Congratulations to the American Legion Award winners. At this time, I'm proud to present the Principal's Appreciation Award. This award is given by the principal each year to a student who's gone above and beyond and helped out at school. This year's winner is a young man who has given a lot of his time at Gibault. He sets up sound for many different events, including Oktoberfest, Taste of the Region, Masses, and many other things we do. This year, he was always setting up our brand new projector we got. He set it up at many different events, including our Critique Club's meetings when they came in to watch movies. It was a real honor that he volunteered this year to come in and read the prayer at our Veterans Day ceremony that we held for Waterloo. He is the captain of our Scholar Bowl team and spends hours getting the kids ready to go, assigning them topics to study, and was able to bring him one of our best Scholar Bowl years that we've ever had. I'm proud to present this year's Principal Appreciation Award to Spencer Bisk. Thank you for everything you've done. Next in our Service and Leadership Awards, the Leroy Deal Scholarship. This scholarship was established in 1983 by Mr. Deal's family in his memory as a way to encourage and inspire young people to continue the legacy of Christian service so important at Gibault Catholic High School. Mr. Deal served on the first committee to explore the possibility of a new Catholic high school. He was a member of the Gibault School Board at the time of his death. He served 3 terms as a board member and was board chairman twice. He organized the finance committee and served as its chairman. He also founded the annual Booster Fund and was instrumental in establishing the Oktoberfest auction. Mr. Deal also provided much of the original landscaping at Gibault. This scholarship is awarded by the faculty to a sophomore or junior student who best exemplifies the spirit of Gibault in academic achievement, Christian character, leadership, and service. The recipient of the 2020 Leroy Deal Memorial Scholarship has been actively involved in several of Gibault's service organizations: Students for Life, Hope for Tomorrow, SOS, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She has served as a class representative in student council for 3 years. She is also an exemplary student and member of the National Honor Society. She sets an example of hard work and sportsmanship on the volleyball team. We are proud to present the 2020 Leroy Deal Memorial Scholarship to Andy Groman.
Hi, I'm Jim Montgomery. I am the athletic director here at Gibault Catholic High School, and I'm going to take this time to recognize athletic accomplishments. I'm going to recognize our 4-year varsity letter winners, our triathletes. I will recognize our most valuable players in all their sports, and I will also talk about our major award winners. I start off by recognizing our 4-year varsity letter winners. These are individuals that lettered at the varsity level their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. In baseball, our 4-year letter winner is Josh Pappenberg, Nick Weilbacher, and Tim Reinholtz. In girls basketball, the 4-year letter winner is Ashlyn Whiteman. For bowling, 4-year letter winner is Austin Menard. Cheer, Natalie Polarine is a 4-year letter winner. For cross country, 4-year letter winner is Josh Eichholtz. In boys and girls golf, our 4-year letter winners are Nick Weilbacher, Cam Tinius, Jack Range, and Ashley Osterhage. For boys soccer, 4-year letter winners are Gavin Coons and Connor Olson. In girls soccer, Kelly Pappenberg, Hallie Hodrick, and Kayla Hewells are 4-year letter winners. 4-year letter winners for girls volleyball, Kayla Hewells and Ashlyn Whiteman. And in track, Josh Eichholtz is a 4-year letter winner. I'm also going to recognize our triathletes. These are the student athletes who lettered at the varsity level in 3 different sports during the course of the school year. Ryan Bollinger lettered in golf, basketball, and baseball. Caitlin Johnson recognized in cheer, golf, and bowling. Melissa Bernal lettered in volleyball, basketball, and softball. Maddie Davis lettered in volleyball, basketball, and soccer. Alyssa Grither lettered in volleyball, basketball, and soccer. Mary Ellen Koeniger, tennis, bowling, and cheer. And Hadley Schneider, tennis, basketball, and track. So I congratulate our triathletes. I would also like to make a note that our tennis competed this year as a JV program, but on more than one occasion played against the other team's varsity squad. So we consider all of those varsity letter winners. I'd also like to recognize our St. Louis Post-Dispatch Scholar athlete, which was Kayla Hewells, as well as our All-State Scholar Bowl Award winner, Spencer Bisk.
Hello everyone, my name is Pat Hurst, and Sister Elaine and I have been lucky enough to be the coaches of the Scholar Bowl team. All levels of our team have been very successful, but our varsity team of Spencer Bisk, Josh Eicholtz, Alex Gomez, Brennan Wills, Noah Newton, and Caleb Huger has been outstanding. Led by seniors Spencer, Josh, and Alex, this team has accomplished goals that have never before been reached in Gibault history. This is a tight-knit group where good enough was never enough. Each individual player is extraordinary in his own way, but when they work together, they are unbeatable. I have never known a team who invested so much time studying on their own. Starting in freshman year, the seniors have taken lead roles in the varsity team and grown in their roles over the past 4 years. Last year, this basic group, plus Nick Gula and Josh Huger, won regional sectionals and went on to play in the state championship tournament, where although they didn't win the whole thing, they represented themselves and the school well. This year, at the televised High-Q tournament sponsored by SIU Carbondale, our team advanced to the final round against perennial champion Carbondale High School, where Gibault was leading them in scoring 2/3 of the way through the match. The varsity team also won the Catholic Schools tournament for only the second time in school history. For the first time ever, Gibault won the Masonic sectionals and so qualified for the Masonic State Tournament in Bloomington, where they won the majority of the games they played, although they fell to last year's state champs and a front-runner for this year. By the end of the year, Gibault's reputation preceded them. When the opportunity arose to play more matches, our players were eager and ready to squeeze them into their already busy schedules. When we played in a quad match against large schools such as Collinsville, the opponents were already aware of their reputations, our reputation by the time we got up there. They also played in extra tournaments and matches, including the Frostbite tournament in Granite City, where there were schools from all over the state, and where Spencer Bisk won and became a member of the all-tournament team. They're currently involved in the National Academic Championships. They played last weekend in a qualifying match on 2 different days, and they won 2 out of the 3 matches on each day, so they are advancing on June 7th to the national level of the championship tournament. They have played teams from Oklahoma, New York, New Jersey, Vermont, and are looking forward to playing other people online and cementing their reputation. There has only been one IHS, Illinois High School Scholar Bowl Coaches Association all-sectional player chosen from Gibault in school history until this year. Both Josh Eicholtz and Spencer Bisk were elected to the all-sectional team this year, with Spencer garnering the extraordinary honor of being the first Gibault player selected to the all-state team by the Illinois coaches. Spencer, our benign dictator, scouted teams and organized and distributed study lists. How many times did he say, "That was on my list," after match questions? He recognized weak spots and studied hard to recognize arts and artists, as well as memorize all the Pulitzer Prize-winning books and authors. Josh was our history and geography guru, proven by his run in the lightning round at the High-Q tournament last year, when his teammates had enough faith in him to choose African colonies for their topic in the lightning round, and he proved worthy of that confidence by answering 9 of 10 correctly in 60 seconds. Alex took on the task of studying music, operas, composers. He became our go-to guy for everything from obscure classical musicians, and Rimsky-Korsakov, anybody, to jazz to musicals. They were great influence on our sophomore players, Noah, Brennan, and Caleb. I expect that will continue. They've learned good habits from their older mentors. And these players have been so inspiring that Sister Elaine was moved to commemorate them in song on senior night. There are teams who have written themselves into school history as well as woven themselves into team memory. This is one that has become a standard against which all the other teams will be measured. as well as a great memory for their coaches. There are so many colorful personalities and stories. Bashevitz, Keys on the Roof at Wally's, We Didn't Start the Fire, and hours-long sing-alongs on the way home from the matches. Our record this year is better than it's ever been because these players would just not let go. They would play anytime, anywhere. And our final record was 39-5 among all the tournaments, regular season played. And we seldom even played more than 30 matches in a season. So that's how many they were, how driven they were to compete. This will be a hard year to beat. I will always remember these students, all these players, and not just for their academic prowess, but for their personalities and teamwork.
At this time, I would like to recognize our most valuable player awards. This would be for our fall seasons and our winter seasons. Of course, we will not be recognizing MVPs for our spring season. Boys basketball. This individual led the team in scoring and in steals. He was second on the team in rebounds and assists. He brings a high energy level every day with excellent athleticism and a push to improve. The boys' MVP in basketball is Cameron Hanby. Girls basketball. This individual was the team captain. She averaged 14.8 points per game, had 113 blocks on the season, 302 rebounds. She holds the season and career records for rebounds, and she was a dominant inside player. The MVP for girls basketball is Ashlyn White. Bowling, boys and girls. The boys MVP has an excellent understanding of the game, always focused and ready to compete. Served as an important mentor for younger teammates, had a season average of 180 and a high series of 631. Boys MVP in bowling is Austin Menard. Girls has co-MVPs. Our first co-MVP had a high series of 554, a high game of 205. Finished the season with a 166 average. Played multiple winter sports. Excellent teammate and worked closely with the younger players. The first co-MVP for bowling is Caitlin Johnson. Our second MVP had a high series of 543 and a high game of 208. She finished the season with a 163 average. She had perfect attendance for all practices and matches and was an important mentor for her younger teammates. Our co-MVP in bowling is Mary Ellen Koeniger. Cheer also had co-MVPs. Our first one is a 4-year letter winner, a 2-year captain. She had perfect attendance all 4 years. She was dedicated and reliable, immensely talented and athletic. She is a champion tumbler with excellent team spirit and a true team leader. Our first co-MVP for cheer is Natalie Polarine. Our other MVP for cheer was a 2-year captain. She challenged herself and her teammates to excel. She was the team's most improved cheerleader. She demonstrated accountability and leadership. Our other cheer MVP is Maddie Jones. For cross country, our boys MVP organized and led off-season workouts. They maintained a positive and resilient attitude towards improving, and they showed strong leadership among their teammates. Our boys MVP for cross country is Josh Eichholz. Our girls' MVPs for cross country are both natural runners who will continue to get better. They both helped organize workouts and pushed each other to improve. And perhaps most important, our co-MVPs both have the ability to develop and lead the program for years. Our girls' MVPs for cross country are Raken Gertison and Lauren Eichholz. Dance. Co-MVPs. Our first MVP was an important choreographer for team performances. She often acted in a teaching role, sharing her knowledge and love of dance. She made practice fun while continuously developing her skills. Our first MVP for dance is Liz Tran. Our second MVP was the team captain. She brought a positive can-do attitude, keeping morale high throughout the season. She provided important leadership to the program, including music, scheduling, and team reminders. She's focused on the positive in her team interactions. Our second MVP for dance is Isabella Frazier. Boys and girls golf. The boys MVP. This individual is an extremely hard worker, dedicated to improving. He averaged 38.3 during the season with a low score of 3 under. He was voted to the MEGCA First Team All-Area for the second year in a row. He advanced to the IHSA State Tournament after shooting a 75 in the Ziegler Sectional, finishing 5th and earning a medal. The MVP for boys golf is Alex Sweeney. Girls MVP for golf averaged 48.5 during the season. Qualified for the IHSA Sectional in Mount Carmel for the second year in a row, becoming the first Lady Hawk golfer to do so. She made the MECGA First Team All-Area for the third year in a row, and as a freshman, she made the second team All-Area. She is the first Lady Hawk golfer that lettered at the varsity level all 4 years. She brings leadership, honesty, and class to the program every day. The girls' MVP for golf is Ashley Osterhage. Boys soccer. This year's MVP made 190 saves on the season. They saved 7 of 15 PKs, which is extraordinary. He started every varsity match this season, and he earned all sectional honors as a goalie, voted by local coaches as the top goalie in the area. He represents the Gibault community and the Metro East area as one of its premier soccer players. The boys' MVP for soccer is Connor Olson. Girls tennis, co-MVPs. Our first MVP was the team leader. Played number 1 singles, number 1 doubles, demonstrated dedication by competing in 2 fall sports, which often entailed back-to-back practices. Our first MVP in girls tennis is Ashley Osterhage. Our second MVP was the number 3 singles player and number 2 doubles player. Extremely reliable, made all practices, competed in all matches, and is known for having a team-first attitude. The other co-MVP for girls tennis is Grace Bush. Volleyball. This year's MVP had over 700 attempted assists on the season. She led the teams not only in assists, but also aces. She's a 4-year varsity player, was a 3-year floor captain. She earned all-tournament team for the Freeburg Monster Mash Tournament, the Springfield Lutheran Crusader Tournament, and was first team Republic Times all-local team. And she has signed to continue playing volleyball at Webster in the fall. The MVP for girls volleyball is Kayla Hewells. I'd like to now recognize what we consider our major sports awards, and these are Sportsmanship Award, male and female, Most Dedicated Award, male and female, and our Vernie Moffitt Award, which goes to the Best Overall Athlete. We'll start with the Female Sportsmanship Award. This young lady is a prime example of a person who does the right thing even when no one is watching. Her morals and strong character make her a quality leader on and off the court. Because of her strong faith and the way she carries herself on a daily basis, her teammates do not hesitate to go to her for guidance, encouragement, and advice. Her ability to win or lose graciously did not go unnoticed. She is the player that every coach loves to have on their team. Our Female Sportsmanship Award goes to Kelly Pappenberg. Male Sportsmanship Award. This young man can sometimes be quiet, but he is a hard worker who doesn't hesitate to act as a mentor for the younger players. Even though he can be hard on himself, he never shows frustration towards others. His outstanding behavior during practices and games is an indication of his strong moral standards. This young man is often present at other sporting events, cheering on his classmates and friends. You could hear his voice loud and proud as a Gibault superfan. Our Male Sportsmanship Award goes to Eric Schrader. Our next award is for Most Dedicated Male. Like the award says, this athlete was dedicated to making himself the best that he could be. How someone performs during their season is directly related to how hard they work to prepare. In this case, whether it was in the weight room or working on the many sports-specific skills that made him more successful on the field, this young man pushed himself to improve. Sometimes the stars don't line up, and this year we did not have the opportunity to watch him compete. But if you want to watch him next year, go up to Quincy University. He'll make a great addition to their program. The most dedicated male athlete is Tim Reinholtz. Our next award is the Sister Mary Bernard Brown Most Dedicated Female Athlete Award. Sister Mary Bernard Brown taught at Gibault from the time the school opened in 1967 until her retirement in 1987. Although U.S. and world history were her main subjects, most of you know that she also had a special love for girls' athletics at Gibault. She served as the girls' PE teacher at one time and also organized an extracurricular club called GAA, or Girls Athletic Association, as a way to give girls the opportunity to pursue their interest in sports. With the passage of Title IX in 1974, Sister Mary Bernard was instrumental in starting one of the first girls' teams at Gibault, volleyball. 2 years later, she agreed to be the faculty representative for the first softball team. Even after her retirement, Sister Mary Bernard could be seen cheering from the bleachers at volleyball and basketball games, or sitting huddled under a blanket at softball games. The Sister Mary Bernard Braun Award, therefore, is presented each year to a female athlete who also demonstrates Sister Mary Bernard Braun's passion and dedication to athletics. This year's recipient of the Most Dedicated Female Athlete is also one of its most competitive. Whether it's on the volleyball court, the basketball court, or the soccer field, this athlete is dedicated to working hard and being the best athlete she can be. She trains year-round, and she brings her energy, her skills, and her strong desire to win to every program she participates in. The winner of this year's Sister Mary Bernard Braun Most Dedicated Female Athlete is Maddie Davis. Our last award this evening is the Vernie Moffitt Award, which goes to the Best Overall Athlete. This year's Vernie Moffitt Award winner as the Best Overall Athlete was a dominant figure in her sports. She was the player that other coaches had to plan for. Because of her size and her skill level, she was almost always a pivotal figure in the outcome of a contest. As a result of her consistent performance over the years, she ended up adding her name to the record books, sometimes even breaking her own previous records in the process. Just as much as she is recognized as being a game changer on the court, she is also a great young person who will be sorely missed by her teammates and classmates alike. The winner of the Bernie Moffitt Award for the Best Overall Athlete this year goes to Ashlyn Whiteman. I'd like to thank all of our students who participated in the many sports and activities we offer here at the high school. The National Federation of High Schools has defined athletics and activities as the other half of education. The hope is that in addition to the academic subjects learned in the classroom, students experience, grow, and develop through their participation in sports, speech, theater, and band. With that in mind, it has been an honor to be able to recognize these student athletes who help make us all Gibault proud.
At this time, I want to say a special thank you to a few of our faculty members that will not be returning in the fall and will be moving on to new adventures. Thank you to Mike Schaefer, Rebecca Hinkey, and Lauren Stepp for your years of service here at Gibault. I don't want to lose any of you, and I only wish you the best in your futures. Thank you for being a part of Gibault. So at this time, we come to the conclusion of our program. This is my first year as a principal at Gibault Catholic High School. It's been an interesting year for sure. It started very quickly as my first day on the job was August 1st, and it ended very uncharacteristically. I want to tell you how impressed and how amazing I think this school is, and especially the teachers and staff and students that come here. This has been a special place for a very long time, and I'm just very happy to be a part of it. Congratulations to all those students who received awards and honors tonight, and I hope you continue to do those things that will be recognized in your lives for many years to come. Have a good evening, everyone.